Right. Tuesday's show brought it all home in many ways. A cathartic clearing of the decks, so to speak. And if that show did not impact you in a big way, you were either lying to yourself, hiding from the truth, or part of the problem. Was it brutal? In some ways, yes. But there's nothing more brutal than living the lie. Living and playing the illusion game has not served us well, only the system they created for us. And it also put all who listened to that show on notice. There are no excuses now to not do anything. It was your own version of Judgement Day, the day of At-One-ment Day and or Atonement. And part of our collective laziness is why the world is in a mess currently. Infighting, arguing, ego issues all contributed to the situation we now face. But the sheer scale and depth of the deception was so wide-ranging it beggars belief. So-called source warriors, emissaries, ascended masters and such all fallen for the same two tricks of the dark. The seducement or dangling carrot and the hidden hook ego. And one by one they all fell. The Bible is now declared a semi-fictional story based on their perspective, and hardly any of it is connected to us. Religion has to go off this planet altogether. And the churches and their dark forces minions, be it priests, pope, bishops or pastors, knowingly or not, they need to tell their parishioners the truth. Church encourages child-level people, wanting the comfort of a saviour, like mum and dad putting an extra blanket over you in the winter when tucking you in bed. But the saviour has never arrived, has he? Not once did their saviour come, and yet billions carry on generation after generation, believing the same illusion at best, outright lies at worst. Do you know why the saviour never arrived? Because the saviour was actually you all along. And we need our people to raise up their frequency. And to do that, church and religion has to go. It is time for adult pants, not diapers. It is clear to all now we need change. Not change just for the sake of it, but real change for the better. To do that, we had to lay the foundation for such. And that is what the People's Club is for and has done. To do that, we also have to take personal and collective responsibility for ourselves, others, and the planet. We have individually and collectively neglected that duty to date, and whilst there are some excuses, overall they fall short on an overview level. We have gone some way to rewriting our history with the From Russia with Love series, and in some ways the whole of the must listen to section, which now stands at around 60 extra shows, detailing a whole gamut of revealings. But we at THI cannot just sit back and complain. We have to come up with solutions to fix the problems and a show will detail that soon, that will then facilitate a much larger project planned. We need to bring truth and clarity as well as honour and integrity, as they have to be the premise of any future guardianship under our stewardship. That being said, we have invaders in our midst. These are the entities behind the wars, drugs, vaccines, child trafficking, banking, governments and corporate conglomerates. Somebody just posted a picture of Freddy Krueger. You do realise that is an Odedicron reptilian. Just saying. These are the same ones who took over our natural resources of all varieties and hold us hostage via prices that creates a society of scarcity and have-nots mainly. Look at the COVID slide-away narrative, Ukraine, that has sent gas prices here surging 80 cents to $1 in just one day. Now, why is that? Because the market people, which is them again, got spooked over a war, as it is told to the public, when these are the very same people who created it. It is all the same practice of harvesting the people over and over again. The lockdowns, which came with a triple price thanks to Trump and the trustee, the cost during the lockdowns and the increases in taxes to cover the cost of the lockdowns following it. And so the pathetic 230 billion the people got out of a 2.2 trillion budget plan is swallowed by a fake tax called inflation, and then they put the state and county taxes up to cover their losses. Meanwhile, the debt ceiling went up, which will enable them to charge the public more extra costs. A triple whammy. Follow the money in all cases. It leads to who is the problem. But we have solutions. Last week I mentioned about the off-world unmasking themselves, which got me thinking. Upon pondering, I decided we will do a revocation against the off-world entities operating here under masks of illusion. This is against cosmic law, as they have to tell us what they're doing and reveal who they are. And it is clear now there has been invaders here for a long time, and we the people who are the guardians here have to be able to guard and run our own planet in our way and our image. If you agree, say out loud, I consent, or by text chat message say yes. We the people demand you remove your masks and show the real versions of you. You are not us. You are a poor imitation of us. We the people demand that you step down from your fake lofty positions and control over us, and come and work with us, the People's Club, to ensure a smooth transition as best as possible. We the people demand a full global exposure of the truth to be delivered to all countries simultaneously at a venue that is safe to do so. We the people demand an exit strategy for your end. And we will do a phased-in strategy of how to restore this planet and all its people. We the people demand you hand over a large portion of ill-gotten gains over to the People's Club in order for us to rebuild the people and the planet in our image, not yours. We the people demand to hand over the trust to the People's Club for better and fairer distribution of our energy. All previous incumbents have failed due to agendas, but the last incumbent can carry on in some capacity if she drastically changes her ways. It is the day of the Svarog, and your time here is short. Time to work off some karma and come and help us rebuild the damage that you caused.